about, you got Amir and some position battles there still at left guard and tackle. Just talk about that and how it could progress, and it's still open.
It's good. It's still open. Like Coach said, it's a fun thing. It's got good depth. Means you have good depth. Like I told you before, it's like you're more nervous if you don't have somebody you trust in there. Like, no, it's the guys we all trust and excited about. So if you still great competition, they're going to play. So we're really excited about that, kind of let that thing keep progressing. So really fired up about those positions.
Mm-hmm. You guys are going to rotate at those positions like Coach said, but is there a time during the season when you want to have one solidified guy at those two spots?
I think it naturally sometimes happens that way. If it doesn't happen that way, then you keep rotating them. Sometimes the guy will pull away.
Yeah.
If that happens, great. It's going to be it's kind of natural. I think I naturally work itself out.
At receiver, it looks like there's going to be some ongoing condition. What have you seen from that group?
Just like I told you, a selfless group. Told you last week, it's just a group that really cares about each other. Can do a lot of different things. Pretty versatile, multiple. So you got guys that can play different positions, which is nice. You can take those top 5 guys and 4, 5, 6 guys and roll them all around, do different things with them, different personnel groupings. I think that keep them fresh. I think there's a number of those guys. I think a couple of them are on special teams. So obviously you're going to need some depth anyways. So I think that's really fun to be able to get those guys to play. All stay fresh, especially for the fourth quarter.
There's a lot talked about the receivers coming in from the portal, but it looks like the guys who've been in the program also said they've stepped up their game.
Yeah, I think it helped competition. Say that over and over again, competition helps. So like Keaton, Doug, Bryce, those guys did a really good job of stepping up going, these guys are good, they're bringing it in. I'm good too. I got to work hard now. Keep working even harder, keep growing my game. So it's been fun.
Yeah, Ballard had the little edge on the depth chart over Isaiah. What have you seen from the backup spot?
Cole, I call it that functional intelligence piece, I guess you say, really understands the offense. Obviously, he saw that a year or two ago when he played as a true freshman. With all the stuff we're doing, huddle-wise, I think that's where he's got a little bit ahead of the game. Is just being able to process information. It'll be a little bit faster, but in terms of skill set-wise, they've both done great. Fired up about both of them. All of them, really. David too as well, Mike.
If there's something that you've seen in fall camp that you're, I don't want to say concerned about, but like to see elevated, is there something?
If I say no, can I say no? No, I think the thing you always want is the daily improvement. I know Andy used to say that too, but it's consistently still getting better. We're nowhere where we need to be yet. I think that's the problem. I keep seeing the hunger that keep getting better. I feel like kids last year build off of that, but we're 5-7. We want to build off that. So I want to see that constant drive to get better and better and better, improve. And the little thing, it always comes down to the protection or a protection issue here or something. Does the running back pick up the protection? Does the receiver adjust the route? All those little things. We just keep emphasizing, get better at those things consistently. They're doing good, but just consistently keep doing those over and over and over.
Have you ever been at a place or had a team where you've got 4 guys at tight end that you could?
Not 4. I was trying to think. You got close. Not 4, and they've all have shown the ability to play. In different spots, and they all have maybe their little special. I say special, maybe they're a little better at one thing than someone else. But overall, it's a really deep group that you just kind of roll them in. Or some guys obviously play more, but it's been a really fun group to have. Competition there has helped that play the position a lot.
All right, so as a guy who's trying to game plan and get an idea all summer, how do you go into this game thinking what Fresno State might do defensively?
You look at the D coordinator, obviously. If Northern Illinois did a great job at Northern Illinois. I think they beat Notre Dame. He did a great job in Northern Illinois. Kids, that are always tough kids, and he did a great job there. Fresno State, same type of kids. Back in the day when we played in the bowl game years ago when I was at Northern. I think Pat Hill was there. And Fresno State, even before that, was always that play anytime, anywhere type program. So the kids are going to be tough. And like I said, the D coordinator's done a great job at Northern. He's going to do a great job there. He's got great schemes. So you can't look at the Northern Illinois stuff. Darryl knows him. His coach with him, Falsa. At least got an idea. He's seen some of that stuff, so at least got an idea. But you can see, but obviously with the head coach, USC last year, the linebacker coach could be a little wrinkle there, but you can't prepare for everything. You just kind of say, okay, here's what I think they did. Here's what they did in Northern Illinois, and kind of based a lot of those looks. But he's done, like I said, he's a really good coach. He's done a really good job.
Luke turned into such a safety net for JD for so many years. Yeah. Is that a role you envision Cam going into? Or
no, you hope someone with this group's kind of interesting because they've all I don't know if there's going to be one safety net per se. I think it's going to be kind of a collaborative group effort of that. So I don't know if we're going to, plus we're going to put guys all different spots anyways. So I think it's going to be kind of an overall group. Maybe that thing will grow throughout sometimes as the season grows, it's kind of like, hey, this becomes ball ends up at this guy a little bit more. Sometimes it kind of naturally happens. So we'll see how that goes.
And in general, the chemistry with JD and those new receivers.
Good. I think it was really good because I was really impressed with how it just keeps improving. Because obviously spring helped. You know, and most of the guys are there most of the spring and summer. I think he's done a great job. I think those guys did a great job in the summer to keep building that. And staying healthy for the most part has helped those guys too, so keep getting reps, not losing days, and not losing reps.
Hey, whether you're talking about Dirk or Kenny Logan or Rich Miller.
You're with the other group now. Now you can't
about that. There's two of me. You know, guys like that were such a big part of this thing and the transition, and now you got JD having his last opener. What's that mean to you personally to go out there with him one more time for an opening game?
It hasn't really sunk in.
Right.
But I think about going, geez Louise, that's true, man. He's been in the whole time.
Right.
You know, and I'm like, gosh darn. It means a lot. It means I'm really proud of him staying, especially in this day and age. Could have went to a different school, could have went to the Brad, could have tried a lot of different things. Staying here, I think, was the most pleasing part of the whole process. Going, hey, the kid, he enjoys it. He enjoys it, and he also wants to prove some things to himself and to everybody as well. So I think it means a lot to me personally that we must be doing something. The culture is great, and he enjoys being here, and he wants to come back.
What about Bryce makes him a good fit as a captain this year?
Knows, I'm trying to say the right way to say this, he really does a great job of leading the offensive line. You know what I'm saying? Just taking charge of those guys. So I think that's what the guys see. You love that as a center, obviously, but there's so many good things. That kid has done such a good job. And he's so smart. He understands protection. So I think guys see how hard he works. And then you got a multi-sport athlete kid, young man who's done a great job at track. Is so impressive. Then the guys see the work ethic, how hard he works and how well he studies the game and works really hard behind the scenes. That's why I'm really, really pleased with how much he works when no one else is seeing it.
You talked about being up in the booth the other day, last week. Have you sat up there now and gone through your trial run? And what's your seat feel like? How's the view? All that?
View's nice. Really, it's a pretty good spot there. Nice view. But no, it's where when I've called games, most places I've been, when I've called them, I've usually been in the box.
Right.
Like I said, it's good to see. You can just see the back end. The quarterback coach is guys like us and pass game guys like me. I always kind of see the back end part. You can't see that in the field. It's just that frustrating part.
Sure.
It's good. He was good. Nice, comfortable. Yeah, I'll be good.
Yeah, I mean, it's the first time, right? Like, I'm not going to try to make too much of this, but
First time in regards to
this
being in the
stadium,
Yeah,
that view.
no, I think being practicing has helped.
Yeah, okay.
I really do think that. It's funny to say that because you're like, all different places, they're all different levels.
Right.
They're all different sizes. They're all different dimensions.
Right.
It's all different. So that's what's good to be able to practice in there once in a while and go up in the booth. And luckily, the way we practice, there's a lot of situations we went up there for those exact purposes, and the communication aspect does. How's it working with me talking to Jalen? Is that working?
Right.
Hey, how's it? Can I see where do they see? Where do I want the guys to be with? What are the other guys going to see? So yeah, it's been good. Practice has helped a lot.
Good.
How do you approach scripting at the start of a game?
Try to pick plays at work. I'm joking.
It's good strategy.
All different. Every game's different. I mean, I think most guys nowadays have a group of plays they want to start with, and I think it changes. It varies anywhere from guys. I've been different, but I've thought about that. I got an idea where I want to go with it, but a lot of times, like, try to get the plays that you want. What do you want to do? Each game's different. So I mean, you always get that idea. Every coordinator has the idea of those 10, 15, 20 type plays. Like, hey, here's one to kind of jump out early and see what's up, and everything else kind of fits in.
And you set those up knowing that in the long run you have other stuff that you want to get to. Like, I know some people approach it maybe differently.
No, I think a lot of it is what each game, kind of when I see a defense, kind of say, okay, what do we want to kind of show out there early? So a lot of times it depends on who you're playing sometimes. So every time's a little bit different. I think it's always because it's always like, is it personnel groupings or is it formations or is it plays or whatnot? I think it's a combination of all that. Especially early on, you want to make sure guys, you're going with things that guys feel most comfortable with. Kind of get it still game one. It's still the first day in a new stadium and all that good stuff. So you want to kind of get that thing going too.
Thank you.